At ilang taon po yung kapatid nyo nung ipinakasal siya?
12 years old.
Walay nagtudlo kanimo ni ana.
Kaya ako,
Tinuod na ang ikaw ray
ako mismo yung doon nila tungod kay
walay nagtudlo ha.
Oo, kay gusto
Sige,
na.
lahat ng sinasabi mo ngayon, walang nagtuturo sa iyo na sabihin mo yan.
Wala.
Lahat yan base sa iyong personal experience.
Dili man ko kasubay og buya na agihan.
Hindi ako makakapagsabi, Your Honor, kung hindi ko nadaanan.
Okay. Thank you, Jane. Salamat.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair. Ako rin po ay talagang buong pusong naniniwala sa sinabi ng mga bata dahil talagang tumakas sila sa kanilang eksperyensya. At yun ay kinikwento nila sa atin kahit napakahirap nilang sabihin. Mr. Chair, let me just quickly confirm yung ilang mga puntong ito sa isa namang adult na dating miyembro ng SBSI. Gusto ko pong tanungin si Mark Vergel Gaisano. Mark, kung maaari kang lumapit. Palihog. Mr. Chair, nakapag-oath din po si Mark Vergel Gaisano kanina. Mark,
Tapos na po, ma'am.
kinukumpirma mo ba na ikaw ay miyembro ng Aguila, yung elite army ni Senyor Aguila?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
At kailan ka po umalis sa kapihan?
Last year, August 2022.
Yung kapatid mo rin, ano po, ay ipinakasal ni Senyor Aguila?
Yes, ma'am.
At ilang taon po yung kapatid nyo nung ipinakasal siya?
12 years old.
So 12 years old. Kumbaga, dumaan din siya sa prosesong sinabi ni Elias Jane.
Yes, ma'am.
Mark, excuse me.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Teresa. Pwede mo tanggalin muna para klaro sa microphone. Ha? Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Salamat.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair. At kinukumpirma mo ba yung kwento ni Elias Jane tungkol sa paano ginaganap yung kasalan dyan sa kapihan?
Opo, ma'am. Kasi kami yung seguridad noon. Kaya saksi ako.
At ilang taon po yung mga babaeng ipinapakasal?
12 pataas, ma'am.
Yung mga lalaki naman pong ipinakakasal?
May 18 pataas, ma'am.
Mark, ano naman po yung konseptong sinabi ni Elias Jane na adyos?
Kanang, ang ipa-interpret.
Okay lang po magsariling lengguwahe and then papatulong po kami kay Attorney Ruth mag-translate.
Kanang mag-adjust, ma'am. Kanang dili sila magkasinabot sa isang asawa o bana. Kanang waya mo musugot na kamo mag-sex na adjust na siya, ma'am.
Yung adyos ay yung hindi magkakaintindihan yung husband at wife. At
Yung hindi nagsisex, ma'am.
hindi nagsisex, Your Honor.
At anong ginagawa dun sa mga batang ayaw makipagtalik, ayaw makipag-sex o ayaw magpakasal?
Pinipilit po talaga, ma'am, na sila ay ikasal. Ganun, ma'am. Tapos, kanang
Relax ka lang, relax lang.
Okay lang.
Relax.
ang bisag dili mo sugot ang minor de edad, ma'am. Piliton gud sila na minjoon kay suko naman lagi na sa Dios.
So, kahit na hindi mo pumapayag yung minor, pilit na kinakasal kasi sugo ng Diyos.
So kahit umaayaw yung bata magpakasal, pinipilit siyang magpakasal?
Yes, ma'am. Kasi may nayak naman gani ko yung nasaksihan, ma'am, na ang usa ka babae midagan.
Meron akong nasaksihan na yung isang babae ay tumakbo.
Tapos gigukod na mo sa among sa kakauban na Aguila Squad. Nya gigudod siya, ma'am.
So we ran after her and we dragged her, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Pagkatapos, dinarag, anong nangyari?
Kinasal talaga siya, sir. Ikasal siya, ikasal.
So, kinasal talaga sila.
Tapos ang pagka magkasal, sir, sa tanan na pares ni Ja, pero kay line by line mo na si Ja, magunad sa ang babae magunad sa 12 up to 12 pataas, ang lalaki po 18 to pataas, tapos magsiselect yan si Senior, Your Honor, si uban ni Ja, si kasama niya si Janet Ahok, Roselia Sanico at saka si Karen Sanico. Andyan yan, sir. Sila, yung dalawang babae, sir, yan si Janet Ahok at si Roselia Ahok. Magsisilik sila ng babae at lalaki at tapos sasabihin nila ni Senyor na yan sila, Senyor, iparis mo, ganun. Tapos agree din si Senyor, sir.
So, una is line by line yung babae na from 12 up, ang ages, yung mga lalaki 18 up. Tapos, through the assistance of Janet Ahok, Rosalie Sanico, and Karen Sanico, ang senior ay magsiselect. Sila yung tatlong, yung si Janet, si Rosalie at si Karen ang magre-recommend kay senior at usually mag-agree naman si senior.
Dali, Senator Risa.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Janet Ahok, may pamilya ka ba? May anak ka? Ilan ang anak mo? Para ma-record.
Hello.
Papayag ka ba yung anak mo na 14 years old? Ikasal? Ha?
Dili, sir.
Dili.
Sa unsa man nga rason nga naing anak man na nga kahimtang, sir. Ako usa ka ginikanan.
Sandali, paminawa, just listen to my question and you answer my question, ha? Narinig mo yung sinabi niya na kayo na nag-facilitate pagkasal ng mga bata?
Dili ta tinuod, sir.
Dili tinood.
Dili.
So we will go back to you later, ha? Pero kung totoo man niya sinasabi niya, kung gagawin yan sa anak mo, I don't know kung papayag ka. Sigurado kung hindi ka papayag. So we will go back to you. Please continue, Senator Risa.
Salamat kayo, Mr. Chair. So, klaro yung sinabi mo, Mark, na sina Ms. Janet, Ms. Rosalie, Ms. Karen ay nagre-rekomenda kay Senyor Aguila.
Opo, ma'am.
Doon sa pagpapares-pares, pagpili, pagpapares-pares. At usually, nag-a-agree si Senyor Aguila.
Opo, ma'am.
Nagang salamat, Mark. Baka may mga tanong pa kami sa iyo mamaya, pero ngayon pa lang salamat po sa inyong pagsagot. Mr. Chair, gusto ko naman pong tanungin si Elias Renz. With your indulgence, Mr.
Yes, go ahead,
Chair.
go ahead.
Salamat kaayo. May I be allowed to play the 2-minute video I presented ni Elias Renz during my privilege speech? Renz, ipapalabas ko lang ulit yung video mo, ha? Bago tayo mag-usap.
Ako si Renz, 12 anos ang pangidaron. Ang takas ko sa kapihan sa nakos paksol inagi niya. Nakakita ko dito sundang mga armas dito ko bahay mo nakakita ko dito katipong eleksyon so armas ako ang armas sunod nandiyan ang tatay dito may sa kapihan anto kay di mas ganas nanay og nandiyan ang tatay kay mabungkag mga pamilya hindi man yung ipatulog po ito ngay di man siya masugat pag amin Diyos tatay hindi yung kuhan man sila si Jared Minakuan binjak na daw mga amigo na kaya nila makalayas dito sa among giagihan sa una na listen dito.
Okay, Renz.
Your Honor, for a while, Your Honor.
Sure po. Sorry.
Senator Risa, habang hindi pa
Yes, Mr.
makapagsalita
Chair.
si Renz, ibalik ko lang muna si Mark.
He will be ready in a while, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Sige lang, Renz.
kaya ayos lang muna yan pag pwede na magsalita. Mark,
Sir, yes, sir.
nakita mo ba mga anak ni Janet Ahok doon sa loob?
Yes, sir. Mismo may, yung anak niya na maliit, yung 12 years old ay kasado na po.
Kasado na?
Yes, sir. Sa isang babae na minor de edad.
Anak niya kinasal din?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Janet, sabi mo ayaw mo
Ang
pumayag
pangalan
na.
ng kanyang anak, sir, Jumong. At
Jumong.
saka yung babae, ano yan?
Janet, may anak ka na Jomong. Pangalan?
Naa, sir.
How old na si Jomong?
Sa karon mga 15.
15. Nung kinasal siya, anong edad niya?
Dili man siya, sir, Minjo.
Ha?
Dili siya Minjo, sir.
Dili siya minjo.
Oh,
Sulti ni Mark, kasal daw. Kinasal
dili na tinuod,
Nana sila
sir.
bata isa, sir.
Ha? May bata na?
Yes, sir.
O may anak na si Jomong, wala pa?
Mahimo mo subay ko, anak, sir.
Hindi, sagutin mo. May anak si Jomong, wala pa?
Naa na siya anak, sir. Pero, waya siya nagminjo. Ahang isubay kung unsa ang sitwasyon, sir, pwede.
Sige.
Ang ahong bata, sir, medyo na ani siya pagkasiawon gamay. Tungod sa social media nga ijang nakita sa sige gamit sa cellphone, ahong nabantayan agahong anak nga mura siya og naay pagkapalikirohon gamay.
Okay, sige, palakiro. Ganito.
Oh. Anak pa kahit tabuas, sir.
Just answer my question.
Laktod, sir.
Imong anak, si Jomong, 15 anyos karon dunay anak.
Oh, sir,
How old,
tinuod na.
how old yung anak, yung apo mo, anak ni Jomong? How old?
Mga mag 2 years na.
2 years na. Sinong mother?
Si Matsay, sir.
Saan si Matsa ngayon?
Naa sa kapihan.
Nasa kapihan. Paano sila nagkaanak na hindi sila kinasal?
Dili man sila nagkasal, sir, tungod kay nag-uyab man sila.
Ha?
Nagkauyab ang maong mga bata. O dito, nagkahilamit sila. Nagkaanak sila, sir.
O, nagkaanak ha? So, panindigan mo yan ha?
Opo, sir.
Ako, I'm just warning you. Kapag ikaw magsinungaling dito sa hearing na ito, pwede kitang i-cite in contempt at ikukulong kita.
Opo,
Ha?
sir.
That goes to everyone here. Ha? Huwag tayo magsinungaling. Dahil
Opo,
ang
sir.
purpose nitong hearing na ito, makamit natin ang katotohanan at justisya. Wala tayong dapat itago.
Opo,
Kaya
sir.
hindi ako mag-hesitate na i-cite kayo in contempt at ikulong kapag kayo magsinungaling. Buti yung klaro tayo para walang sisihan. Ha? Ulitin ko, Mark. Nakita mong kinasal yung anak ni Tahok?
Yes, sir.
Sino kasama niya kinasal?
Madami sir, may mga minor de edad din. Sila yung pinakaunang kinasal na minor de edad, sir.
So sino kayo nagsinungaling nga Janet Tahok? Si Mark o ikaw? Siguruhin mo mga sagot mo dahil as I have said, hindi ako mag-hesitate na ikulong kayo dito kapag kayo nagsinungaling.
Dili man
Sino
ito
nagsinungaling?
Dili mga
Mark o
tukuan
ikaw?
sir mo accept kay nag-uyab man lagi sila.
Ha?
Wala may gikasal ni senyor, hila binagahong anak. Nagninjo sila, sir, ilan ang kabubuton. Dili na pinagbutan ni senyor, labi na naho.
Sino nagkasal, Mark, sa kanila?
Si Senyor, sir.
Si Senyor.
Senyor Aguila.
Senyor Aguila. Sumagot ka. Senyor Aguila. Kinasal mo yung anak ni Janet Ahok?
Uya, sir. Uya. Di na tinuod. Kanang mga bata, naghambog na, sir. Na ako'y witness nga...
Ayaw, tudlo-tudlo. Inaog imong kamot. Inaog kamot. Kami rin pwede magtudlo-tudlo diri. Inaog imong kamot. Sige. Padayon.
Kanang mga kuwan, nga ng mga bata, naghambog na, sir.
Ato.
Naghambog
Ito
na ng
mga bata na ito, nagyayabang lang.
Kay ang pakanan na si Dilito.
Ha? Ano?
Ang pakanan na si Dilito kay naroon siya kasuko sa abong grupo sa bayanihan.
Ang layo mo ba? Nag-usap tayo dito sa anak ni Ahok. Bakit mo idadamay kagad itong si Kwan?
Ipasulti si Board Paperto Galatida.
Mamaya na, I'm just asking you. Just answer me squarely. Kinasal mo ba yung anak ni Janet Ahok o hindi?
Uya, hindi.
Hindi.
Uya.
I will go back to you later. Please continue, Senator Risa.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Mukhang
Thank you,
may
sir.
mga batay sa testimonyang natanggap namin sa mga victim survivors, mukhang mayroon ngang hindi nagsasabi ng totoo. For the record, Mr. Chair, yung anak ni Miss Janet, kahit belatedly, sabihin ko na lang, alias J, 12 po nung ikinasal. At yung asawa ni alias J ay 12 years old din nung ikinasal mula sa kanilang barangay. Ayon sa mga victim survivors, nagkakilala lang sila nung ikasal na sila. Tulad ng karanasan ni alias Jane. Di niya nobyo yung ipinakasal sa kanya, nakilala lang niya nung araw na yun mismo. Ayon sa mga victim survivors, pati si alias J, na anak ni Miss Janet. At ayon din sa aming mga victim survivors, sinabi daw ni Miss Janet sa ibang mga bata, bakit ayaw niyo pumayag? Anak ko nga kinasal. So, meron po talagang kailangang mga balikan na mga sagot nila sa ating mga tanong. Pero, balikan ko muna si alias Renz. Handa ka na ba, Renz, na mag-usap tayo dito sa harap ng Senate Committee? Okay na po? Sorry, kailangan ko
Andam
ipakita
na
yung...
baka, Renz, nga mo atubang sa committee?
Opo.
Okay, salamat kaayo. Sorry lang na kailangan ko ipakita ulit yung video kanina. So, Renz, para lang ma-confirm namin, ilang taon ka na ba ngayon?
Pila na mong edad?
12.
12, Your Honor.
12 years old ka. Ngayon, ang sinabi mo dun sa video na pinakita namin ulit kanina, at pinalabas ko nung privilege speech ko, sinabi mo doon, nakita mo mismo ang mga sako-sakong mga armas. Yung mga armas ba na yon, sako-sakong nakita mo, pekeng armas ba yon, Renz?
Hindi.
Hindi. So, totoong armas sila.
O, katong pag-eleksyon.
Nung election, Your Honor.
So, nakita mo nung eleksyon, ang mga totoong armas. Props lang ba? Props lang ba yung mga armas na yon?
Tinood na armas.
Hindi daw, Your Honor, totoong armas.
Totoong armas. Kaya ko tinatanong Renz ay dahil sinabi naman ni Mamerto Galanida sa isang interview na yung mga armas daw na yon ay peke lang.
Tinood ka sa armas kay nagay armas sa kuan utuan sa akong tatay si Sami.
Totoo daw armas, Your Honor. May armas nga daw yung kanyang tiyohin na si Sami.
Okay, so yung tiyohin mo rin ay mayroong ganung armas, si Sir Sammy, na totoong armas. Renz, bakit ka nasa foxhole? At paano ka nakakita ng sako-sakong armas?
Dili ta sa paksalaw nakita dito sa kuan mo bahay.
Hindi daw sa
Yung
paksol
labay.
niya nakita. Doon daw yung nakita niya sa bahay na nag-pass by yung sako-sakong armas, Your Honor.
Sa bahay mismo nakita mo yung idinaang sako-sakong armas. Kaninong bahay yun?
Ha?
Kaginsang balay to.
Sa
Na-
anong balay?
Bahay nila, Your Honor.
Bahay ninyo.
Opo.
Bakit idinaan doon ang sako-sakong, kayo ba'y tinetrain para maging sundalo?
Ha?
Gitrain ba kuno mo nga mahimong sundalo?
Oo.
Oo, Your Honor.
12 years old ka rin, tinetrain ka para maging sundalo?
Opo.
At nung nasa kapihan ka, tulad ng tanong ko kanina kay Elias Jane, nung nasa kapihan ka, nag-aaral ka ba?
Wala.
So, tinetrain ka maging sundalo at 12 years old pero hindi ka nag-aaral.
Oo. Wala ko nag-aaral.
Hindi siya nag-aaral.
Train kami dito sa kapihan.
Trend na daw yan sa kapihan.
Trend?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anong ibig sabihin, Renz, na trend yun sa kapihan?
Unsay buti pasabot nga trend na sa kapihan, Ren.
Sa barracks na mo magakot may kuan buhangin. Yet it does.
Sa barracks kasi daw nila is pinapakuha sila ng buhangin at ina-attendance, Your Honor.
Barak, so lugar talaga ng sundalo or ng barracks, lugar ng pag-train para maging sundalo.
Opo.
At pinapakuha kayo ng buhangin.
Oo.
Para saan?
Para sa among barracks.
Para sa barracks nila, Your Honor.
Okay, so pinapakuha kayo ng buhangin para i-construct or para gamitin sa barracks.
Oo.
So, parang tanong ko rin kanina kay Elias Jane, no? Halos hindi ko na kailangang itanong. Pero Renz, bakit ka ba tumakas sa kapihan?
Kay wala may eskwela sa karon bisag 12 yung edad. Di pagyamo ko gibubusuhan.
Wala kasi silang pag-aaral, Your Honor, at 12 na yung edad niya, hindi pa siya marunong sumulat.
Sorry, Ren, sorry. Mr. Chair.
Sandali. Haring Aguila, Jerry Esquilario. Totoo ba na hindi nyo pinapaaral itong mga bata? Hindi nyo pinapalabas sa inyong kapihan?
Ano sir?
Totoo ba na itong mga bata, ito 12 years old na, hindi pa marunong sumulat dahil walang pinag-aralan, hindi nyo pinapalabas yung mga bata para mag-aral doon sa baba?
Hindi yan totoo, sir. Yung kanang pinakong-Bisaya.
Ha?
Pwede na kong Bisaya, sir.
Magtagalog ka kay hindi lahat nakakaintindi ng Bisaya. Alam ko marunong ka magtagalog, nakita ko yung mga interview mo, ang galing mo magtagalog. Magtagalog ka.
Gamay na, sir. Gamay na ako Tagalog.
O sige, kahit gamay lang, pilitin mo magtagalog. Paano? Sige nga.
Yung mga bata, pinapayagan naman yan na lumabas. Hindi naman yan kinukulong niya. Tanaw na to ang kwan, sir.
Mr. Chair, pwede bang hindi magturo ng daliri si Mr. Kilario, si Haring,
Sorry po,
si
sorry
Senyor
po.
Aguila sa mga bata?
Sige, huwag ka
Salamat
na
kaayo, Mr.
maggamit
Chair.
magturo. Ha? Sige, please continue.
Kanang among kwan, sir, kanang among sa kapihan, wa man suod gawas naman ng mga bata, sir. Suod gawas ng mga bata dito.
Sword gawas. Ibig
Oh.
sabihin, labas-pasok.
Oh,
So, Renz, labas-pasok lang kayo doon. Pwede kayo makalabas anytime. Pwede kayo bumalik anytime.
Hindi.
Ha?
Hindi.
Oh, hindi daw.
pwede mo na, sir, kay kanang amo sa kapihan, o pwede na sila mo gawas, bisag asa na sila pwede mo gawas. Di na tinuod, di lang isulti, sir.
Okay, again, I am reminding you,
Kay kanang among...
makinig ka muna.
Opo, sir.
Makinig ka.
Opo.
Kahit na ikaw ay Haring Aguila, pwede ka pa rin ipakukulong ng bato. kapag ikaw ay nagsinungaling dito sa Senado. Ha? Bibigyan kita ng fair warning. Haring Aguila. Ha? Huwag kang magsinungaling dito, magsabi ka ng totoo kung ikaw ay talagang reincarnation ng Diyos, ay dapat lahat ng virtues ng isang Diyos ay nasa iyo. So sana huwag kang magsinungaling, gusto kong magsalita ka ng totoo. Okay? So, ulitin ko. Again, for the record, mga bata ba, pwede mag-aral habang sila ay nasa loob ng kapihan? Pwede silang lumabas? Mag-aral sa baba?
Pwede, sir. Pwede, walang pumipigil sa kanila.
Walang pumipigil?
Opo.
Paano mo ngayon, paano itong sinasabi nila na hindi sila makalabas?
Hindi po yan totoo, sir.
Hindi totoo?
Opo.
Ha?
Opo.
Sigurado ka?
Opo.
Sige lang. We will go back to you again later. Please continue, Senator Risa.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair. Siguro, pa-check po natin sa DepEd yung enrollment. At pwede talagang i-cite in contempt ng chair kapag hindi po nagsasabi ng totoo si Senyor Aguila.
Yes, Senator Risa. Nandito man yung local chief executive, yung mayor. Mayor, anong sitwasyon doon, mga bata? Mga pag-aaral ng bata? Yung mga taga-kapihan ba, pwedeng bumaba doon sa mga eskwelahan sa baba? Pwede sila mag-aral?
Good morning po, Senator. Sa Socorro, talagang binawalan nilang bumaba ang mga bata. At yung sa pag-aaral, no, massive during 2019, massive dropout of learners.
Massive dropout?
Dropout of learners from elementary high school. According to report to the DepEd, 800 plus yung learners na nag-drop out.
So, Haring Aguila, sabi mga bata na hindi sila nakakalabas sa kapag-aral, sabi ng mayor, regardless wala akong pakialam sa local politics nyo doon. Haring Aguila, makinig ka muna. Wala akong pakialam sa local politics nyo doon kung meron kayong hindi pa kaintindihan sa politika. Ang akin dito yung kapakanan ng kabataan. Ha? Sinabi ni Mayor, wala daw pag-aaral sa mga bata doon, hindi makakalabas. Anong sagot mo ito ngayon?
Nasa among counter affidavit, sir, na ilang record sa school.
Hindi ko wala kung sa counter affidavit mo. Tinatanong kita ngayon dito.
Opo.
Open na hearing.
Opo.
Anong sagot mo?
Saan, sir?
Ha?
Saan sa, sir?
Yung sinasabi ni Mayor na ang mga bata hindi nakakapag-aral at masyadong bumaba yung enrollment doon dahil nga nandoon na sa kapihan ang mga bata.
Yung totoo kasi, sir, yung sa 2019, nag-request me o nagkuhan me o gusto mi nga makatukod og eskwelahan, gumikan kay ang kaladyo ang eskwelahan sa kuan sa Lanitag.
Wala akong problema dyan, wala akong problema. Ang tanong ko lang kung nakakalabas nila sa kapihan para pumunta sa eskwelahan doon sa baba.
Yes, inood.
Yes?
Gagawa sila.
So, strike 2 ka na, ha?
Oo.
Kanina, strike 1 ka dito.
Oo.
Dito ngayon, strike 2 ka. Isa pang strike 3 ka. Siguruhin natin, ha? Tama yung sinasabi natin. Ha? Haring Aguila, ayaw kong puno na yung kulungan namin sa baba. Marami doon. Nandoon yung mga kinulong. Ayaw ko na magkulong pa doon. Please, tell the truth. Ha? Huwag kang magtago-tago dahil kahit sinong Diyos sinasamba mo, hindi yan makakatago sa katotohanan. Dahil ang Diyos, gusto ng Diyos, katotohanan ang lalabas sa hearing na ito. Ha? Prangkahan tayo. Ha? Lalabas ang katotohanan dapat. So kung yung version mo ang katotohanan, walang problema. As I've said, we're fair here. Wala kaming kinikilingan dito. Ang gusto lang namin katotohanan. Kaya huwag niyo kami lukuhin dito. Hindi kami nyo pwedeng papaniwalain na katapusan na ng mundo bukas at kailangan umakyat tayong lahat doon sa kapihan para masave. Hindi nyo ako pwedeng mapapaniwala ng ganon. Kaya, please lang, magsabi tayo ng totoo dito. Haring Aguila. Thank you. Senator Risa, please continue.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair. Muli for the record, 30% lang ng mga bata ang nag-aaral. At sila yung 30% na pinapayagan para makakuha ng 4Ps. At isa na po ito na iniimbestiga ng DSWD. And for the record din, Mr. Chair, bago ko naman tanungin si Elias Coco, yung sinabi po ni Mayor Riza na massive dropout ng 800 plus na mga bata sa pag-aaral noong 2019. Kung di po ako nagkakamali, ito po ang sumunod sa Lindol doon sa Surigao del Norte, sa Socorro, na ginamit na pagkakataon ni na Senyor Aguila na tawagin yung mga kababayan nilang sumunod sa kanya paakyat sa kapihan. So, Mr. Chair, gusto ko naman pong tanungin si Elias Coco. So, Coco, tulad ng tanong ko kina Jane at Renz, ano yung mga naranasan mo doon sa kapihan?
Unsay imong naagian dito sa kapihan?
Kanang masi-masi na pagkuhanan mis paksol bantayon kay kuan sunod humanda dyan kuan na dyan mi kanang mag-form sunod mga mag-form magmasi-masi mi sunod mag-jogging mag-kuab buhangin raksak buhangin raksak.
Pinapagawa sila ng masi-masi, Your Honor, and then
Ano yung masi-masi?
Unsa man ang masi-masi?
Kanang training sa marag pareha sundalo na kuan training.
Parang para sundalo na training, Your Honor.
Okay, tulad nung sinabi ni Renz kanina. Ano pang naranasan mo, Coco?
Pinababantay sila sa foxhole at may mga formation sila, mga jogging at mga masi-masi.
Yung punishment, masi-masi, Senator Risa, it's a form of punishment sa military, sa police. Yan sabi yan, masi-masi. Punishment in mass. Masi-masi. So, yung bang nagmasi-masi sa inyo, ano yun, mga dating sundalo, dating police?
Ang nagmasi-masi ba ninyo, dati ba kunong sundalo or mga
Dating police?
Dating police?
Itong nangundang na police.
Ha?
Itong nangundang na.
Nangundang, yung nag-stop na police, Your Honor. Nag-stop na police.
So, nag-resign na police or nag-awol na police, whatever, basta dati siyang police
Yeah.
na huminto na. Sinong pangalan? Anong pangalan?
Okay, basta kay police to.
Ha?
Hindi niya alam, Your Honor, basta police yun.
Sa police?
Ah.
Okay, thank you.
Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair. Medyo familiar din sa akin yung term, Coco, yung masi-masi, kaya tinanong ko kung yan ba ang sinabi mo kasi kahit yung late husband ko, PNP, nung habang siya'y nabubuhay. Ano naman ang pagkakilala mo kay J. Renz Kilario, kay Senyor Aguila?
Unsay imong pagkaila ni J. Renz Kilario or Senyor Aguila?
Ingon siya ko na ang Ginoo.
Sinabi niya siya ang Panginoon, Your Honor.
So, consistent, no? Kayong tatlo, ni na Jane at Renz, Panginoon ang pagkakilala kay Senyor Aguila. So, ikaw naman, Coco, bakit ka tumakas sa kapihan?
Nganong ni takas man ka sa kapihan? For a while, Your Honor.
Okay po. Sorry, Coco.
Your Honor, can we give him a little while, Your Honor?
Yes, of course po, Mr. Chair.
Sige, we proceed with the other siguro. While kuha mo ng composure ni Coco. NBI ng Caraga. Were you able to conduct an ocular investigation? Nakatikot ka na?
Not
Sige,
yet.
sige, please stand up. Kayo na, kasama ka na ito ni Magno. Wait.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this hearing and investigation, sirs?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Please take your seats.
Go ahead, RD. NBI, RD ng Caraga Region. Anong update nyo doon sa area?
Can I start from the beginning, sir, or?
Kahit actions taken na lang siguro nyo kung anong ginawa ninyo at status.
Just a
Sige.
brief summary of the action taken by the NBI. Your Honor.
Okay. You have the floor.
Upon we received the letter complaint, by the way, the letter complaint of Mayor Riza Rapunzel Timkang was addressed to our NBI Director, Attorney Mindato de Lemos, here at our main office. And it was referred to NBI Caraga, considering that the area in Surigao is under the jurisdiction of our regional office of the NBI in Caraga. We received that letter request on May 3, 2023. And the following day, May 4, our agents were already in Socorro, Surigao del Norte, to conduct the investigation, and continuously in the next succeeding days. So, when we completed the investigation, we issued a subpoena to the leaders of Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated to appear before our office on May 17. The subpoena was issued dated May 9. However, on May 11, we received a letter from their counsel telling us that requesting for the resetting of their appearance at our office because allegedly they were set to fly to South Korea.
Sino pupunta ng South Korea?
The three of the personalities, Your Honor, listed there in the letter. Number 1, Jerin Scalario, Karin Sanico, and Janet Ahok.
Okay, thank you.
The other ones, Mamerto Galinida was included in the letter that left for South Korea. That's why we waited for the May 17 schedule, as we were hoping that at least one of them will appear at our office. However, on May 17, nobody appeared. So on May 18, the next day, we issued again another subpoena for the 4 of them to appear at our office on May 30. So, but on May 30, still nobody appeared. They did not appear, the 4 of them, for reasons only known to them. However, they just sent the lawyer to our office. So, at that time, going back to your question previously, Your Honor, that you were asking us if we were able to conduct inspection. Precisely, we issued a subpoena to ask them if they will allow us to go there and conduct inspection and to assure us that we will not be harmed. That's what we like to ask them, if they appeared. And we wanted to ask them face to face. We just could not send a letter request, because as we and the law enforcement, we want also to see the reaction to our request.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Senator Risa.
Sir, Regional Director, kung pwede ko lang i-follow up. Sabi niyo po, you wanted them to assure you that you would not be harmed. Bakit po? Ano po bang pagkakilala sa grupo that there would be the need of that assurance?
Based on the statements, Your Honor, of our witnesses, they have firearms and they are ready to fight. So that's why, in our case, we are the one who conducting the investigation. At we have to take some precautions because we are not there as visitors. We are there as adverse party to their interest. So that's why we just want to ask them if they will not allow, or definitely if they cannot assure us, we don't know. We don't know.
So were you able to confirm if indeed there were firearms inside Kapihan?
That's what the information we got from some of the witnesses.
Information lang.
Yes.
So no confirmation from your side?
No
You were not
confirmation.
able to confirm or deny?
No confirmation, Your Honor.
Thank you. How about the cases? I think you have 5
Yes,
cases.
if I may proceed, Your Honor.
Yes,
When
continue.
they did not appear on May 30, so we have no recourse but to endorse the case to the Office of the Provincial Prosecutor of Surigao del Sur on June 1, a day after the scheduled appearance, for evaluation and, if warranted, for the conduct of preliminary investigation. So, at that time, we already endorsed the case against subjects whom were recommended for the crimes of qualified trafficking, kidnapping and serious illegal detention, violation of the anti-child law, and violation of child abuse law.
So the status of the case, Yusik DOJ, what's the status of the case?
Mr. Chair, we confirmed that the case was initially filed in the Office of the Provincial Prosecutor of Surigao del Norte. However, the respondents requested for the inhibition of the Provincial Prosecutor, and the case was transferred to the Office of the City Prosecutor of Bayugan City in the next province.
So, may we know on what grounds they are requesting for the inhibition?
Perceived biases, Your Honor.
Huh?
Biases, Your Honor.
Bias?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then?
But eventually, head office noted the significance of this case, and we had the case now finally transferred to the head office in the DOJ, and the secretary himself designated a panel of 3 women prosecutors who will independently preside over the preliminary investigation of the case. Your Honor, I was informed that the panel already scheduled the initial hearing here in Manila in October 9. Our process server is here with us. I think he is outside, and we intend to serve the subpoena later on the respondents or their counsel. We look forward to their cooperation for the receipt of this service and look forward to their attendance in the initial hearing on October 9.
Thank you, Yusik Felix T, for that update. How about the PNP? Any report you want to make?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, I have an opening statement. Can I read it, sir?
Go ahead.
On behalf of the Philippine National Police, sir.
Yes.
Sir, to the honorable members of this Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, especially to its chairperson, our former Chief PNP, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, sir. The honorable members of the Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality, especially to its chairperson, Senator Risa Ontiveros, ma'am. And to the attendees of this hearing, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. I am Police Brigadier General Kirby John Brion Crap, the Regional Director of Police Regional Office 13, Caraga Region. First and foremost, on behalf of our Chief PNP, Police General Benjamin C. Acordar Jr., we would like to extend our gratitude to these honorable committees for inviting us in this hearing and for giving us the opportunity to inform everyone that we at the Philippine National Police is taking this matter seriously and that we remain steadfast with our uncompromising stand as regards to the observance of rule of law, respect for human rights, and protection of women and children, including the vulnerable sectors of society. For the record, it was the Philippine National Police, particularly the Socorro Municipal Police Station, who take custody of the 3 minors who initially escaped last April 2023 from the Kapihan. It is for this reason that we would like to manifest our full support to these noble undertakings by these honorable committees. To give information and updates related to the allegation stated in the Senate Resolution number 796 and 797, present here today, Your Honors, are the concerned PNP personnel from Police Regional Office 13, the Surigao del Norte Provincial Police Office, and the Socorro Municipal Police Station. We would also like to inform this honorable committee that we have a PowerPoint presentation regarding the situation there, which will be presented by Police Colonel Laudemer M. Laude, my Provincial Director of Surigao del Norte. So also present here with us are personnel officer from the Directorate for Investigation, Directorate for Intelligence, Directorate for Operations, the CIDG, Firearms and Explosives Office, Legal Service, and Drug Enforcement Group. That will be all, Sir and Madam Chairperson. Maraming salamat po.
Oh, thank you. Laude, Colonel Laude, you want to present something?
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Honorable Chairman of the committee, sir. I have my presentation, sir, if you allow, sir, to
Go ahead, you have the floor.
If you allow, sir, briefly discuss in the history and the status of the update of the Kapihan, sir. To the Chairman of the Committee on Peace and Order and Dangerous Drugs, Senator Ronald Marapon Bato de la Rosa, sir. To Honorable Risa Ontiveros, the Chairperson of Women, Children and Family Relations and Gender Equality, other honorable members of the committee, guests, different resource person, colleagues in the PNP, Maradyo na buntag ni Jorot, and good morning po. Sequence of my presentation as follows: the history, situation of Kapihan, significant incidents, action taken, updates of the cases and against Kapihan members and leaders. The municipality of Socorro of Surigao del Norte is politically subdivided into 14 barangays, whose capital is located at Poblacion, called as Barangay Navarro. According to the census of 2020, it has a population of 25,942 and has 17,385 registered voters. Socorro has the largest number of registered people's organization, estimating to 75. According to the list provided by the LGU of Socorro, one of which is the Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated, which is located in the area known as Kapihan View Park. Kindly click po, ma'am. Kapihan View Park, which is located in the mountainous area of Sitio Kapihan, Barangay Siring, Municipality of Socorro, Surigao del Norte. Their location is accessible to all means of transportation for almost 9 kilometers with estimated 17 minutes travel time from Socorro Municipal Police Station. Henry back po, ma'am.
Ilang kilometers from Socorro Police Station?
9 kilometers, sir. And
9.
Estimated travel time is 20 minutes po, sir.
Thank you.
The Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated is a people's organization founded on December 20, 1980 and registered with Securities and Exchange Commission with certificate number 93145, which was founded by Rosalina Tarok. After her death sometime in June 2021, kindly back po, ma'am, J. Renz Boyser Kilario, alias Senior Aguila, he took the lead and was elected as the president of the Board of Directors to serve a 5-year term from 2021 to 2025. In year 2019, its population were roughly estimated to 2,000 and had been grown up to 5,000, but noticeably reduced at some rate due to some members were decided to live an on-lilo posture. Accordingly, their tenurial presence in the Kapihan View Park starting from June 2004 up to present as protected area covering an overall land area of 353 hectares is under a lease agreement called PACBARMA, or Protected Area Community-Based Resources Management Agreement, which will be terminated on year 2029 after a 25-year contract with DENR. Kindly back po, ma'am. On significant incident, back po, ma'am. Back, next slide po, ma'am. On the significant incidents, on December 2, 2019, the Office of Socorro Municipal Police Station started seeing pictures posted online in social media or Facebook by different individuals regarding the photo session of a known event of alleged members of Socorro Bayanihan Services, Incorporated. Some of them are wearing military and police uniforms. On year 2019 up to 2020, kindly click po yung 2019 po, ma'am. Some members of our organization in Philippine National Police, particularly most of them reside in the different municipal police stations and provincial mobile forces companies of Surigao del Norte Police Provincial Office, had gone AWOL or absent without official leave, comprising of 10 uniformed personnel as well as the 2 non-uniformed personnel of this unit, and 1 retired Armed Forces of the Philippines and 1 resigned from the Bureau of Fire Protection. That on April 7, 2023, former Kapihan member Mr. Randolph Balbarino and Ms. Jackie Lobasco posted on their personal social media account and went viral. Thus were able to gain sympathy from the public and even known media broadcasters in Surigao del Norte as well as in Japan. Round down na po, ma'am. Next slide po, ma'am. Next slide po. Next slide po. And back po, ma'am. Expressing their side and asking for help in their plight against Kapihan leaders, exposing an illicit affair of their both spouses, and was forced to marry each other by Kapihan leader identified as Jerez B. Kilario. Next. Back po, ma'am. On January 1, 2021, said group conducted a massive motorcade from Sitio Kapihan, Barangay Siring, Socorro, Surigao del Norte, going down to Poblacion of Socorro, Barangay Nueva Estrella, Barangay Pamusaingan of the Municipality of Socorro, and returned to their origin at Sitio Kapihan. That caught the attention of the people of Socorro with a tremendously distressing noise of different vehicles passing on the highway regardless of pandemic period. On April 20, 2023, the Philippine National Police Municipality of Socorro take the lead in rescuing the 3 minors as indicated in the extract blatter from the PNP. Huwag na lang po natin ipakita po, ma'am, may yung pangalan po ng ma'am. Next po. Next po. Was who allegedly escaped from the Kapihan in undisclosed place and were taken into under custody of the PNP Socorro. However, on April 23, 2023, 1 minor was turned over to his parents in the presence of Kapihan Legal Counsel Attorney Ralna Florano. And that on May 21, 2023, after more than days of stay in the custody of Municipal Social Welfare and Development Office, said 3 minors together with some former members...
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Mahaba pa?
Action taken na lang po, sir.
Kundi na lang.
Yes, sir.
You go directly to your actions taken na lang. Actions taken.
Action taken po. Yes po. In line with the our action taken the PNP, in line with the social media post of Mr. Randolph Balbarino and Ms. Jackie Lubasco of the Socorro Municipal Police Station, invited the DO and put into records the grievances, and eventually was persuaded to file a case as private complainant of the case for abandonment, inflicting emotional and psychological abuse in relation to 9262 or VAUSI, and concubinage against Goldwyn Basco, and adultery in violation to Article 333 of Revised Penal Code against Melanie Balbarino. Follow. Next po, ma'am. Next po, ma'am. Next po, ma'am. So, next po, ma'am. Next po, ma'am. As to the status of former PNP member, Hugo Nawal and all 10 personnel who opted to join the Kapihan group was been dismissed from the service as per record in our Personnel and Records Management Division of the Regional Police Office 11.
How about their firearms?
As to their issued firearms, sir, while in the service, fortunately, all were accounted for and verified, fully verified into our records.
Thank you. So wala silang nadalang armas doon sa Kapihan, ha?
Negative po, sir. All,
as far as organic firearms of the PNP is concerned?
Yes, sir.
How about personal?
The personal firearms, sir, we have the copy of the from RCSU. 3 of them, sir, have deposited the firearms in the municipal police station, sir. Mamerto Galanida.
Yung personal nila na firearms?
Opo, sir.
Diniposito na sa police station?
Yes, sir.
Kailan lang?
Matagal na po, sir, and meron po kaming attachment dyan, sir.
Matagal na, ha?
Yes, sir.
What year?
Something like 2019, sir. 2018, sir.
Okay, so wala silang dinalang personal firearm nila per records of the PNP.
Yes, sir.
Yung personal license firearm nila ay turn over nila sa police station.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
On the
Mr.
sir,
Chair.
Excuse me, Senator Risa.
Mr. Chair, Colonel Laude, yung isa sa mga pangalan dito ay si Police Staff Sergeant Sergio Angkog Cubillan. May pangalang ibinigay si Elias Jane kanina na nagpaddle sa kanya na Sergio Cubillan. Parehong tao po ba ito, Colonel?
Yes po, ma'am.
So, Mr. Chair, for the record, si Sergio Cubillan na isa sa mga nag-awol and then pagkatapos dinismiss, siya po yung kinonfirm na nagpaddle kay Elias Jane. For the record, Mr. Chair. Salamat kaayo.
Yes, Senator Risa, we will be calling on them later to testify before this committee. Yeah, continue.
For the record, 10 cases.
Next po, ma'am. Next po, ma'am. Slide, ma'am. Next po, ma'am. Next po, ma'am. For the record, sir, next po, ma'am. Next po, ma'am. For the record, for ma'am, shown on the table are different cases filed this office and with NBI as of this date, ma'am. And sir. That's all, sir, for our 12, we have 12 cases as of this date filed before and after the, sir, as of this present, sir.
Anong nature of those cases?
Some of this, sir, the violation of Article 117, 155, the violation of...
Yung 9262, ano yan?
The VAUSI, sir.
VAUSI?
Yes, sir.
333 of Revised Penal Code, adultery?
Yes, sir.
Ang mga respondent nito nandoon sa Kapihan?
Yes, sir.
Taga-Kapihan?
Yes, sir.
RA 9262, the same?
Yes, sir.
VAUSI?
Yes, sir.
Qualified trafficking, obstruction. Sino kinasuhan nyo na obstruction?
Attorney Ralna Florano po, sir.
Ha?
Attorney Ralna Florano po, sir.
Florano?
Yes, sir.
Sino yan siya?
The something like legal officer of the Kapihan, sir.
Bakit siya nakasuhan ng obstruction?
Last September 21, sir, our chief of police served a warrant of arrest against one of the members of the Kapihan, sir. However, sir, Attorney Ralna Florano prevented them to enter and Sabi niya, sir, na siya na lang daw po magkano, sir, hindi daw siya magpapasok.
Uy, pwede ba yun?
So that's why, sir, we have filed a case for it.
You want to respond? Your Attorney Florano? Sige.
Mr. Chair, bago si attorney, kung maaari po.
Sandali lang, sandali.
Salamat kayo, Mr. Chair. Gusto ko lang pong hingin sa komite, temporarily i-excuse sandali yung mga bata. Aakyat lang po sila para kumain ng lunch, kung maaari, Mr. Chair. Salamat kayo.
Thank you. Tapos babalik kayo mamaya, ha? Thank you. You have the floor, Attorney Florano.
Oh, pangat ang pader. Sound check, testing 1, 2, and 2, sound check, testing 1.
Magandang umaga po, Senator Bato, Senator Riza. Yes, I would like to address, because it's the first time po, sir, that I've heard that there's a case filed against me, and I've yet to see the complaint. But for the record po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, I am surprised because I'm the first person po naglilink between the PNP and the officers po ng SBSI. Police Colonel Audrey Rose Rivero can attest to that, na ako po yung naglilink para po mapanatili po ang katahimikan at order po sa aming lugar. So, I vehemently deny that I prevented po any police officers from entering Kapihan because I know for the fact na kailangan po nilang gawin yung trabaho nila. So, but I will further, defend that when I receive the subpoena po, Your Honor. Salamat po.
Anyway, you will have your day in court.
Yes,
Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Yes, but
Attorney, miyembro po ba kayo ng Socorro Bayanihan Services, Inc.?
Yes, Your Honor, I am the granddaughter po of the founder, Rosalina Lasala Taruk and Don Albino Taruk.
Kaya rin po maiksi yung buhok nyo dahil yun po yung gupit na mga babaeng miyembro ng bayanihan.
This is my the haircut po before, even hindi pa po sa lahat.
So,
salamat kayo, Mr. Chair.
You are you're the daughter of
Mayor Dinya Florano po.
So there were reports that your mother mysteriously died. What can you say?
Yes, I have also I have actually dalawa lang. Can I please narrate short brief history po, Your Honor?
Yes, yes.
Ang lolo ko po, the founder, Don Albino Taruk, married to my grandmother, Rosalina Taruk, and they only have one child, my mother po, who was a former mayor for 2 terms, Mayor Denia Taruk Florano. Dalawa lang po kaming anak niya, ako po, Attorney Raldente Florano, at andito po yung kapatid ko, my older brother, Raldin Taruk Florano po. My mother married a priest po, Rostom Serrano Florano. He is a Monsignor of Iglesia Filipina Independiente, and he has served for more than 30 years in our church po. So, basically po, me and my brother grew up in a very religious environment. My grandfather, Don Albino Taruk, even donated the lot where our IFI church is built now in Socorro. And my grandmother is also a very religious woman as well. Na during her time in 2018, she led the renovation of our church through the Bayanihan Spirit. Tulong-tulong po yung mga membro, contributing their labor and money for the renovation of the building. So, it is on personal note, it is very malaking insulto po sa amin na tinatawag po kami na kulto because my grandparents, as what the former chairperson of Socorro Task Force, Kapihan, has described them, virtuous people po, Your Honor. They are very God-fearing. They are well-respected po sa community. So kami po, pinalaki po kami ng tatay namin na may takot po sa Diyos. So I, for myself, could never and ever praise any other person other than our Jesus Christ, our Savior. So, yung sa case po, sa tanong nyo po, regarding po sa death po ng mama ko, it is not it is a public knowledge po that my parents both has heart ailments po, Your Honor. Yung lola ko po, meron siyang enlargement of the heart as well as my mother. Nasa genetics po namin iyon. That's why we have conducted mostly mga 3 times a year po kami nagpapa-check up sa cardiologist. So before po, nung namatay sila, yung lola ko, meron po siyang problema. It's a personal family matter and I don't want to expose po kasi may mga madadamay. But personally, we believe, me and my brother, that it was based on, the death is basically because of the heart ailment of my parent and my grandparent. Before, they want to insist that it is because of COVID to suit their narrative. But now, because of this issue, iniba na naman nila yung reason. I think just to suit their narrative again. So
for the record, as far as you are concerned and your brother is concerned, there is no mystery as to the death of your mother.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yung brother mo sa likod, i-recognize natin. Okay, walang mystery.
Can you let him speak, Your Honor, if you may?
Yes, go ahead.
And Mr. Chair, pagbalik po ni attorney, I'd also like to ask her a question. Salamat kayo, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Sir, pwede na?
Yes, go ahead.
Magpisaya lang ko, sir, para klaro ba? Iba yung Tagalog sa Kabisaya, sir, baka magkamali ako, sir.
Para ma-record natin, magaling mo mag-Tagalog si attorney. Ipa-translate mo lang sa Tagalog kay attorney, ha, please. Please, continue.
Ako pala si Raldin Tarok Florano, ang nagkaisang apo na lalaki ni Rosalina Tarok. So, regarding the mysterious death of my grandmother and my mother, wala po yung katotohanan, sir. Kasi kahit...
Of course, kasi the first person to complain ay kayo dapat dahil kayo ang
kami dapat.
Kamo hintong
kasi kami yung right person.
Kayo. Yeah. But so, ganito na lang. Where are you living right now?
Sa Kapihan, sir. Sa Kapihan.
Sa loob talaga ng Kapihan.
O, sa Kapihan.
May bahay kayo doon?
May bahay kami.
Pati ikaw, attorney. May pamilya ka rin doon, attorney? Ikaw rin...
O, andito yung asawa at saka husband. Yung papa nga namin, sir, nandun ngayon sa Butuan.
Okay.
Sa Kapihan din nakatira, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Salamat, ha? Salamat.
Okay, sir.
Attorney Aure.
Mr. Chair. Sige po.
Attorney Aure, you're the provincial prosecutor ng Surigao Norte?
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Regional prosecutor?
Yes, now I am the city prosecutor of Surigao City, a component city of Surigao del Norte, province of Surigao del Norte. But before I was appointed as a city prosecutor, I was an assistant of the province of Surigao del Norte. And before this case was started, sometime 2017, I was still an assistant provincial prosecutor. We discussed this matter from the beginning, from the start of the local government informed us that there was a religious group actually during that time, and the local government was concerned, and they wanted to investigate if there were offenses committed because it involves minor. And that's why we discussed it with the provincial prosecutor at that time, together with the PNP. That was about 2019 and 2020. So we even suggested a search warrant to find out what really is going on in the area. However, it was superseded by the pandemic, and the focus went to the dealing with the pandemic. That's why there was no action actually taken by the agencies of the governmental law enforcement. And after that, I was appointed by President Duterte as the head of Surigao City. That's why I lost track with the case, Your Honor. I just informed that there is already a case pending just this year, Your Honor.
Thank you, Attorney. Thank you. Before I let you go, Colonel Lodi, with the indulgence of Senator Risa, the allegation of the existence of a Shabu laboratory inside Kapihan, were you able to confirm or deny this allegation? Before that, nakapagkanda kayo ng inspection doon sa loob? Pumunta kayo?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, nagalugad niyo ang palibot?
Yes, sir.
May nakita kayong Shabu laboratory?
As of now, sir, during my conduct of ocular inspection, there is no presence of or indicators of the Shabu laboratory. However, we still conducting continuous monitoring for this matter, sir.
Thank you. How about yung sinasabing mga perimeter defense na may mga paksol? Maraming paksol sa palibot. Na-confirm ninyo?
As per my observation, there, that is not all real paxols that some like a military style or police style, sir. However, it is made of hat, nipa hat, and other mga yung kubo lang po, sir.
Oh, pero may basta may
no running
diggings,
trenches,
may paksol.
sir. No running trenches, just like paxols or no running trenches. The small like canals, sir. Canals.
Canal.
Yeah po, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Senator Risa?
Salamat kayo, Mr. Chair. Dalawang follow-up questions kay Attorney... Sorry, ma'am. Attorney De La Peña. Attorney. Una sa inyo po, kanina kasi tinanong ko kung kaya maiksi ang buhok nyo dahil miyembro kayo ng bayanihan, pero sabi nyo, dati nyo ng hairstyle yon. But I was able to research a photo of you with very long hair. So, this was before you became a member of bayanihan?
Yes, can I answer now, Your Honor? Before po, Your Honor, kung season po is if i-check nyo po yung lola ko at yung mama ko, we vary po. Depende po sa season, may mamhaba, may mataas. Tapos, kung mainit po yung panahon, so we cut our hair short. So basically po, before po everyone did the short hair of the hair, meron na po akong pictures before na maiksi, meron din pong mahaba. So it's not basically because of an insinuation or a direction from anybody po. On my part, that's for me only, Your Honor.
Okay po, Attorney. Pero mahaba rin kasi buhok ko eh. So alam ko na pag nagpapahaba tayo ng buhok, matagal po yun, hindi yan sa loob ng 1 taon lang. At pag nagpapagupit tayo, kasi dati maiksing-maiksi din buhok ko, mabilis magpagupit pero matagal magpahaba ng buhok. So I'm just curious kasi we had a photo earlier na yung mga babae sa kapihan na miyembro ng bayanihan ay pawang maiiksi ang buhok. So this really looks to me like a photo before you became a member of bayanihan or before you resided in Kapihan.
Yes, Your Honor. Mga 2015 or 2016 po yan, Your Honor.
Okay, salamat ka, Mr. Chair. And then my second follow-up question po.
Senator Risa,
yes, Mr. Chair.
About the hair, let this be clear to everyone that wala kami pakialam kung anong buhok gagawin mo. Kahit magpakalbo ka, wala kami pakialam, magpasuklayin mo yan o hindi, wala kami pakialam because that's your constitutional right. Kung anong gusto mong buhok. Sa amin lang dito, sinasayat lang yan ni Senator Risa dahil nga ayaw natin na yung sabihin ninyo na you're offended by this committee's terming your group as a cult. Diba? Kami rin ayaw namin makakasama ng loob sa tao. Pero by the way as it is right now, by definition ng kulto, ay talagang ako, forgive me if I offend you. Pero pasok talaga sa definition kung sabihin mo yung kulto, yung blind obedience, yung reverence, yung lahat-lahat ng definition nandoon sa kulto. Pasensya ka na, you're a lawyer. Wag na nating i-consider ito pagka-lawyer mo, pagka-chairman ko. Inato lang. Ako, binabasa ko lang, nakikita ko talaga, pasok sa definition ng kulto. Pero, Gano'n pa man, regardless, huwag natin isipin ang atin lang talaga, ang amin dito siguruhin na walang na-violate na constitutional right, lalong-lalo na yung mga bata. Yan ang habol namin dito. Forgive us if we offended you, yung pagsabi namin kulto. Pero base sa aming pananaw, siguro, respetuhin mo rin siguro yung aming pananaw na nakita namin sa, by definition, na talagang we can say na kulto yung grupo. Pasensya na, forgive us. Go ahead, Senator Risa.
Salamat kayo, Mr. Chair. So, attorney, yung pangalawang follow-up question ko, actually may kinalaman dun sa yung kalikasan or nature ng bayanihan. Kasi actually, surprise nga ako nung sinabi nyo, the organization started bandang 1980 because yung prior research namin showed na ang bayanihan, ang Socorro Bayanihan Services started as a genuine people's organization. Akala po namin even way back in the 1940s at noon ay nagsusulong ng totoong bayanihan. Pero nung pumasok sa eksena bandang 2017 ang persona ni J. Renz, si Senyor Aguila, ay dun nagsimula. Ayon sa research namin, dun nagsimula yung pagbabago ng nature ng organisasyon. Dahil hindi na siya naging pangbayanihan talaga, tulad ng itinatag ng lola ninyo, pero nakasentro na sa persona niya. Kaya't nagkaroon ng mga katangian ng kulto. At lalo na, pagkatapos ng lindol ng 2019, lalo na nung pumasok yung pandemya hanggang ngayon, kaya pumasok itong mga pang-aabuso na natago ng ilang mga taon, pang-aabuso sa mga bata. So, iyon yung aming nasa liksik, no? At yun yung aming initial conclusion na nagbago talaga yung nature ng organization nung pumasok yung persona ni Mr. Kilario at pati ni Mr. Galanida. Ano pong thoughts nyo doon?
Can I speak and then can my brother also speak, Your Honor? Thank you po.
Please proceed.
Your Honor, balik po tayo sana sa timeline. You mentioned that it's 2017. But Your Honor, during that time, it was my grandmother, Rosalina Lasala Tarok, who was still the president po, Your Honor. So, like what Mr. Edilito Sangco described her, she's a virtuous woman po, Your Honor. She was the president 2017, 2018, 2019 until she died on June 27, 2021. Senior Aguila was not in the picture. He is a mayor youth president po, Your Honor. So wala po siyang power during that time. Naupo po siya bilang presidente only on 2021. So, Your Honor, mahirap po sa amin na yung lola ko po, she is very selfless. She even, tawag dito, ibibigay niya lahat kahit yung personal namin na mga resources for helping the people. Yun po yung totoo. Alam po yan ng mga dating nakaptira sa kapihan.
Attorney, if I may, actually, wala naman sa hot seat yung lola nyo eh. Yung ibang mga tao nga concerned tungkol sa lola nyo, concerned pa tungkol sa nanay ninyo. Pero can you shed light on ito yung sinabi, yung kwento nyo, ito yung inyong perspective tungkol sa 2017. What about po nung 2019, nung naglindol sa Socorro na umakyat ang higit 3,000 tao, kabilang ang higit 1,000 mga bata. Sa pananaw nyo, ano yung nangyari nung taong yun na 2019? Mr. Chair,
yung kuya ko po talaga yung right person to answer that question.
Okay.
Can he speak, please?
Yeah, you have the floor. Mr. First name?
Raldin Tarok Florano.
Raldin Tarok Florano. Go ahead.
Sir, before ako sasagot, sir, kasi yung Senate hearing, di ba, ang katotohanan ang dapat mano natin. So itong sasabihin ko sa inyo, sir, kahit, kuya mo ko yung tudlo. Kahit lagyan nyo pa ako ngayon ng lie detector test. Payag ako. Baka sabihin nyo, naabay nagkuhan na, nagawang na ho ba? Unang-una, nung sinabi ninyo, Senador Risa, na 2017, kalukuhan yun. Kasi bakit? Noong 2017 na sa 2019 until 2021, buhay pa yung aking lola.
Mr. Chair, bago lang po magpatuloy, sir, wag po natin gagamitin yung salitang kalokohan.
Okay.
Kasi kami po na nagpa-file ng mga resolusyon, nagkukonduct
Sorry, ma'am.
Wala pong kalokohan kaming, hanggat kaya namin, pinalalampas.
Okay.
So ito po ay mga itinatanong namin sa inyo na sa pagkaalam namin ay facts, at kapag magbibigay kayo ng ibang facts, makikinig po kami at titimbangin namin. So, yung salitang kalokohan po hindi po nagbe-belong sa ganitong pagdinig, I believe, Mr. Chair. Salamat kayo.
Strike out from the records yung sinabing kalokohan.
Sorry po.
You just present the facts. If you know that mali yung facts namin, you correct us. Ganun lang kasimple. Sabihin mo lang, sir, ganito, itong totoo.
Ito yung totoo, sir.
Sige, go ahead.
2017, dito kami nagpuyo sa lungsod. So wala kami sa bukid, sir. So doon pa kami sa Municipality of Socorro, not in the barangay Siring. Ngayon, noong lumindol, ganito yun nangyari. 2019, February 8, 2019 yung lindol. So noong time na yun, usap pa ng panihapon dinner, yung nag-dinner kami ng pamilya ko, isa-isa kami pinatawag ng aking lola. So sabi ng aking lola, naman tayo juta sa Sungkoy, basin daw mag-tsunami. So, isipti namin yung sa mga sarili namin, lalo na yung mga anak namin. So, sabi ko sa aking lola, kung muldagan ta sa barangay Sungkoy diya sa gitawag na mo kanang guest house sa Sungkoy,
Itagalog mo para...
Kung tayo ay pupunta ng barangay Sungkoy, may yung kasing ng junction, sir, sa river at saka yung dagat. So, kung posibleng may mag-tsunami, sigurado walang mabubuhay sa amin kahit isa. Kasi pag high tide nga, sir, yung tulay nga, sir, nandito na yung level ng dagat So, ito yung nangyari. So, sabi ko sa kanila, tinanong kami ng isa't isa ng lola, gusto ko doon tayo sa kapihan. On record yan, sir, On record, sir. Pero hindi yan napalabas, sir, sa media. Alam niyo ba kung bakit? Si Mon Gualvez, I don't know if TV5 ba siya lang yung mismo yung nag-interview sa akin. During the CHR, yung human rights, nung pumunta doon sa kapihan, 3 yung nilapitan ko, pero hindi ako in-interview. Sila Nico Bawa, hindi nila ako in-interview. Sila Chino Gaston, hindi nila ako in-interview. Para naman, malaman na yung katotohanan. Kasi yung sabi daw ni Senator Risa, based on the facts, 2017, walang nangyari ganoon, ma'am. Actually, yung 2019, yung pagtakbo namin sa bukid, ma'am, ako yung nag-suggest. Now,
Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, kasi nababanggit madalas ni Sir at ni Attorney Den yung kanilang lola. So pagkatapos po ni Sir, gusto ko rin po sanang maitanong si Jeng Plaza na kusinero ni Senyor Aguila dahil napaka-importante po talaga yung persona ng lola nila at wala pong nag-aakusa sa kanila ng kahit ano. Si Jeng Plaza ay pwede po, Mr. Chair, mag-testify na na-overhear niya si J. Renz Kilario at si Mamerto Galanida na nag-uusap tungkol sa pag-overthrow kay Ma'am Rosalinda. Kasi napag-uusapan at napagtatalunan yung timeline, sino ang presidente noon, and in effect, sino ang may control sa organisasyon at sa nature ng organization. So, importante po itong maitatanong po natin, Mr. Chair, kay Jeng Plaza. Salamat kayo.
Sir, pwede patapusin.
Andito na po si Jeng Plaza, Mr. Chair.
Sir, pwede.
Please continue. Continue.
Ngayon, yung 2019 December, Christmas party yata namin yon. Kasi nung time na yun, 2019, nung doon na kami sa bukid, itong si Renz Kilario, actually, itong si Renz Kilario, sir, estudyante ko sa high school. So, hindi ako...
Teacher ka?
Teacher ako, sir, sa Socorro National High School.
Socorro National High School.
O, teacher ako, sir.
Estudyante mo si Jerens.
O, isa rin sa mga estudyante ko, sir.
Okay.
Kaya hindi ako maniniwala na ito yung Mesiya. Hindi ako maniniwala sa ganun, sir.
Paano ikaw hindi naniniwala, pero yung mga followers niya naniniwala?
Bakit ako maniniwala? Alam naman kung na isa lang yung Diyos. Pero,
maniwala ka sa akin kung sabihin ko sa iyo na yung ibang mga tao doon sa kapihan naniniwala na siya ang Haring Aguila, siya ang reincarnation ng ni Santo Niño.
Ako, sir, di ko mutuo og Diyos kay ngano usaray akong Diyos si Jesucristo na.
Just answer my question. Maniwala ka ba kung sabihin ko sa iyo na yung ibang mga tao na nakatira sa loob ng kapihan ay sumusunod kay Jerens dahil nga naniwala sila na siya ay reincarnation of Christ, siya ang second coming ni Santo Niño? Kinuha ko lang yung opinion mo. Naniwala ka na sumusunod yung mga tao kay Jerens?
Dili, sir. Dili. O di ko mutuo nga, because nga si Mesiya, dili. Sir, pwede mo human ko, sir, sa akong istorya. Kaya 2019 magod sir, na tabo. Pagka December, sir, before December, sir, before December, parang minimintor na aking lola si Jerens Hilario kung paano dalhanin yung tao, paano makisama ng tao, yung mga plano mismo. Pero plano sa kaayuhan. Sa mga plano kayo sa kabutihan na, sir. Ito yung nangyari. Noong 2019, sabi ng aking lola, kasi wala ako doon mismo, kasi umuwi kami ng aking ama doon sa bahay namin, sir. So sinabi ng aking lola na gusto daw niyang papalit sa kanya ay si Jerens Hilario.
Mr. Chair, sir, if I may, sir, kung wala kayo noon, paano nyo alam na yan ang sinabi ni
Sinabi kasi sa akin aking lola.
Sandali, sir, di pa ako tapos magtanong.
Hintayin mo lang.
Or paano nyo po alam na yan ang gusto ni lola ninyo?
Dineclare yan ni lola, sir, doon sa namin, sa Christmas party. Tapos sinabi rin sa akin personally sa bahay pag-uwi.
So pagkatapos po nung una sinabi ni lola nyo sa Christmas party, sinabi nila sa inyo personally? Okay,
sinabi
yun
sa akin.
Ko kung paano nyo
sinabi sa akin. Pero ngayon, ang nangyari, wala daw ata General Bato, Senador Bato, ni Jerens Hilario. Hindi agad niya tinanggap yung hamon na siya yung papalit na presidente kasi sa sobrang bata at saka mahirap din magdala ng tao. Ngayon, ano nangyari? Nung
Mr. Chair, so sir, taong 2019.
2019 pa ngayon.
Take note, Mr. Chair, nung 2019, 19 years old lang si Senyor Aguila.
Kaya nga, kasi bata pa siya. Tapos mahirap magdala ng tao. Ngayon, ano nangyari? Nung 2021, nung pagkamatay mismo ng aking lola, kinausap ko si Senyor Aguila. Ngayon, Senyor Jerens.
Mr. Chair, sir, so tawag niyo rin kay Jerens Hilario ay Senyor Aguila.
Jerens yung sa akin, sir.
Hindi, sir. Kanina, kinikwento nyo, Senyor Aguila ang tawag nyo sa kanya.
Tinawag ko siya ng Senyor kasi yun yung iskinim niya ngayon. Pero ang tinatawag ko sa akin, Ma'am Jerens.
Well, sir, Mr. Chair, let the record show, ang tawag po ni Mr. Florano kay Jerens Aguila ay Senyor Aguila. Na yun yung pagkakilala ng mga tao sa kapihan, sa bayanihan.
Yun yung pagkakilala nila, ma'am.
Haring Aguila, na reincarnation ng Diyos at reincarnation ng Santo Niño.
Hindi ako maniwala, ma'am, na sa iyong reincarnation, ma'am.
Okay, sige,
tinawag ko siya, ma'am, na Senyor Aguila kasi iyan yung alam niyo, pero yung sa akin, Jerens lang. Sa akin, Jerens lang. Kung halimbawa sila tatawag si Senyor Aguila, nasa sa kanila yan. Walang ilabot na, sir. Sige, padayon ko, sir. Padayon ko.
Tagalog.
Ngayon, sabi ko kay Jerens, namatay na aking lola. Di ba ikaw yung gusto na papalit sa pwesto niya as president? Mahirap din kung ako kasi wala namang authority nga galing sa aking lola. So, during the time, may election kasi, sir, natalo yung ina ko, sir, sa 2019 election. 2019 ba yun, ngayon, nung nangyari na yun, sir, na namatay na aking lola, sir, sabi ko sa kanya, unsaon naman o sa Bisaya pa, unsaon naman ngawa na may